It's California Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We are joined today by Bob Kelley. He is a council member in Atascadero in North San Luis Obispo County. Recently passed a sales tax that's intended to go towards roads. The question is, when can you start spending the sales tax money?
Well, it's kind of interesting. The sales tax will not start to be collected until April.
Okay.
And the proposed income from that will be $1.5 to $2 million a year, so that comes out at right around $140,000 a month. And so I think the plan right now is to wait for a while and get a bunch of money saved up and then start our road repairs.
But let me ask you, do you need to wait? We know there's a lot of discussion right now about infrastructure, high-speed rail starting.
Right.
Is there a need to wait?
Well, my idea, part of this was there's going to be an approval committee that's supposed to overlook us. I've suggested to the city council, and hopefully during our strategic planning, is that we start our roads immediately so we don't suffer any more decay in the roads. We have restricted funds that have money that can only be used for, say, the wastewater plant.
Okay.
My suggestion is that we borrow some of this money out of the wastewater plant.
Which you can do.
Yeah, or other ones. Start our road repair because we actually have the guaranteed income from the sales tax to reimburse these accounts. So I think we can.
And that's permissible. You're allowed to do that loan, and then because you have a guaranteed revenue stream, you can pay it back with interest, presumably?
Right, yeah, I think you have to have it. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. But I think we could get a year's jump on fixing our roads. We've really been lucky in the last couple of years, in a way, by not having any rain. Because the rain just deteriorates your roads with all of the cracking and everything. So that's probably the only
good thing about a lack of water.
Of the drought. So, you know, we have a new public works director that we just hired. So hopefully when he gets on board and we're going to have our strategic planning, hopefully we can put a plan like this in place.
So how would you move forward with the plan to start sooner by borrowing from restricted funds?
Well, there's a list that we've had for years. We know that we have bad roads. We have a priority list that's already in place. So I'm not sure exactly how much work has been done on this.
I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, does the city council need to vote to enter into a loan with one of these funds?
Yes. Yeah.
So, you know, there are 5 of you on the city council. So far, you've collected 1 vote yourself. There's the Brown Act, so you can't really politic to collect another 2.
Unless they're all listening.
Unless they're all listening, but as long as, you know, they're not in the same room as we are right now. So how do you create momentum behind your plan?
Well, I can either put it on the agenda for a city council meeting where all 5 of us are present and it's a public meeting, or we have a strategic planning coming up where all of us are together. And that's really a good opportunity for the city council to sit around a table and discuss what our plans
are. But are you allowed to approach the other 4 council members and say, I am in favor of X? And that's all you say?
I can say, hey, I have an idea that we have to do this, and this, since we're eventually would vote on it and it would come, that's the end of the conversation.
So, but you can tell them of your idea.
Yeah, I think we all go a little overboard on the Brown Act, which
one could argue.
Yeah, which is probably good because it's such a volatile issue, but it really does put a lot of restraints on being efficient.
If you consider that 68% of your voters said yes to the sales tax in a fairly right-of-center city, it does seem that the voters have spoken clearly that they want these repairs made quickly.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I've been working on this for a couple of years. I brought it up a couple of years, and I've never found anybody that said no.
And you only needed 50+1 to boot.
The only problem that we really had was the trust in government that the money will be spent correctly. And the way it was put together is this money actually goes into the general fund.
It's a strange quirk with how you pass taxes.
It goes into the general fund, and we're making them a promise that we'll
Will you come back?
I'd love to come back. I really like it here.
You bet. His name is Bob Kelley. He's a council member in Atascadero. I'm Brad Pomerance. It's California.